Attention! Greetings, cadet. This is Officer in Charge, General Sparrowcus speaking. Welcome to Hearts of Iron 4, Together for Victory. So, we're gonna start today a brand new campaign, of course, in the Gathering Storm. And we're gonna play as South Africa, and we're gonna turn fascist. So, we're gonna make an Afrikaner South Africa and Afrikaner Africa, basically. We're gonna tear the world apartheid. We're going to teach the world how to manage that, you know, with just a couple of white dudes ruling over all the other ones, mostly black dudes, but also how to become a racist prick, basically, which is really the fascist way. These three didn't really do much different. He did something else, but yeah, let's not talk about it. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna turn fascist. Now we're gonna place the British Raj. Unfortunately, I cannot deploy troops when I get independent, but since this seems to be not a problem only with the British Raj and with the DLC, but more a problem with the independence and after the Civil War, because I didn't find any like outcry on the internet about that. So I think this is more like a specific problem. So I hope that with the next hotfix or patch, this will be fixed for me. Because I think it's just more personal problem with some incapability with the you know, with my PC rig, but okay, who knows. All right, so playing the British Raj over and over and over again, I noticed two things. First, if you don't play a country that is like somewhere in this like listed in here, you should probably not play around with these meters over here, because well, the game is unbalanced as it is, and the game doesn't really aim to be balanced. It has big countries like the United States and so on, and it wants it to be unbalanced. It's just the game. But if you meddle around with that, that makes it even worse. So it gets too easy or too hard. Now, another thing I noticed is that if we start in 1936, the first like 3 to 4 years, nothing happens. In like minor countries or like shitty countries. Sure, if you play as Belgium or like in the middle of this one here, stuff happens also way earlier, and you can start a war way earlier. That is true, but that's not the case here with South Africa. So what I learned playing as the British Raj is that I'm going to skip ahead or fast forward those, let's say, areas where nothing happens. Now also I will keep the AI focuses on, because if they're off, it is normally easier for Germany to start declaring wars, to take over Poland and so on, without the allies reacting and stuff like that. So normally it is easier for them. So let's see how it will work out this time. Now over here, of course. Now I would like to hear from you guys in the comments below. What do you prefer? Historical or non-historical? If this is... Let's do it like that. Let's go for 10. And then, yeah, go down. Okay. Like, what do you prefer? More historical AI or ahistorical? I don't know. You tell me. Okay, now about these guys, let's give them... They're dying, so let's give them this one. They're shit, so let's go for you. You, and you. Change district force. And everybody just get over here. Get over here. And you get this guy, George Edwin Brink. Good. Now, we want to produce some troops. Actually, like that. In Transvaal, and here you go. Okay. Why not? Now, the focuses, that is more important. We have to figure out a way to get independent. Now, there's like 3 ways that we could do that. We could just add enough fascism support until we get to like a civil war or a coup. Or we could go down here, the abandoned Westminster, and then down here to the fascist path. This is the communist path, where also a couple of how to say come on, achievements, right? That's the word I was looking for. But over here we have also the coup. Wait a second, we started a civil war, but it doesn't say that we get to become independent. But that doesn't matter. It's fine. Then if we do that, we still can do that with the coup. But I also want to become independent by doing the autonomy system. I will just want to gain 1,000 points. And we do that with the abandoned Westminster and also down here the 4-tracker movement. So we go down abandoned Westminster, then this one here to gain fascism support. Now then we have to wait until we can do this one. They support the Wabbajack. I just call it the Wabbajack, I just can't read that. But while we're waiting, we can do now the path over here with the industry. Here we have army, air, and sea. But industry is good for more military factories, and of course a research slot because we only have 2 and we need 5. Alright, so the replacement of the Cape route by the Suez, as well as the formative experience of the Boer War, have helped to create a South African identity distinct from that of our Dominion allies. We should distance ourselves from the king and forge our own path. Alright, let's play the game. Alright, next up, let's support the Afrikaner Broederbond. The Afrikaner Broederbond has been agitating for a greater voice for the Afrikaner people and stronger separation of the races. Yeah, those poor white bastards down in South Africa. Especially back then. I mean, they're assholes still. To some extent, of course. But yeah. Alright, so the memory of British policy in the Boer War is still strong, and the Broederbond can help to create a new South Africa. Yeah, that is what we want. I mean, what was like the Boer War was like a separated colony from the UK and so on, with Germans and the Dutch and the British, and it's just like a lot of different people in there, mostly white people. Nobody cares about the black people here in South Africa. That's the funny thing. Now, especially if we go now down the fascist part. Now over here, of course, with the nice communist path, that is different. They talk about the workers, and there's also a black dude, I think, here, the Moses Kotane. Yeah, but well, we're gonna do that, I guess, another time. For now, we have to support the Afrikaner Broederbond, and of course, we have the remilitarization of the Rhineland. Okay, now we have to wait to support the Wabbajack. We could go this way, but I don't really want to. The minus 5%. We only have 10 million people, only, quote unquote. So it's not that bad. The hell is this? Okay, whatever. And yeah, so we don't want to lose any percentage of people. And down here we can get rid of the history of segregation. But for now, the South African Railways Company needs to be expanded. Bands of youth can be trained there and given the necessary skills to both work in the country and serve overseas. Isn't that just freaking great? Okay, now next one is expanding industry, or yeah. No, not heavy engineering. I don't really care about that. It's nice, but no. We will have to go as quickly as possible down here, so we only need 1. And it's going to be this one. 2 civilian factories. Yeah, that's nice. That is nice. So what does it say here? South Africa's mineral wealth is legendary, which is true, but for this game it's just laughable. And we've only just begun to tap its deep reserves of gold, chromium, and platinum. Now, gold and platinum is completely useless for us. Completely, because it's not in the game. But chromium and some steel, great. That is there. And we're gonna need shit tons of steel, guys, I'm telling you. We're going to need shit tons of steel. Therefore, we also need some more of those. We're gonna need a lot more of civilian factories because we have to trade. We have to trade a lot. A lot. Alright, so we have enough military power, political power, so I could choose Mr. van Rensburg as our fascist demagogue. Now, why did I do this? Of course, I want to get more fascist support. Now, we got this one, and we have to choose if we go for the higher-ups or the general population, the younger generation. Yeah. Hey, since we're freaking fascist South Africa, apartheid South Africa, yeah, it's the higher-ups. It's the small group of white people taking over everything that concerns the country and exploiting the black general population. Yay! Yay for racism. Alright, infrastructure efforts. Much of South Africa remains rural and undeveloped. Yes, because it sucks. More roads and railroads can bring the natural wealth of the country to its hungry ports. What wealth? There's nothing there. They talk about the wealth, but there's nothing. Absolutely nothing there. Okay, so what we have here is now the possibility of a coup to be executed at any time, which is good, which would be great. I don't want to start a civil war. That I will not agree to. That would just hurt our country. It will just hurt our country too bad. Damn it. Let's go for... What are we gonna do? It would be too long, actually. I would like to go for mobile warfare doctrine because, well, we're in Africa, so we have to move around quickly. Plus, we get to 5% population down here. So what do we do? It's too far away from that one. 75 days only here, but what for? 160 days, that's a bit long, if you ask me. We need the production, man. We need the production, man. Alright, let's do that one. Alright, so the Spanish won the Civil War. The nationalist Spain, of course. So that's good. Italy is still busy with Ethiopia, but that won't take much longer. Now, over here, we only need one of the following. Pretoria Arms, which is nice, 2 military factories, or goods. Yeah, but this won't do us any good at the moment because we have too few factories. Anyways, so let's not do that. Let's do... Over here, you need 2. You need only 1. Okay, so we could go faster this way, but here we get in total 4 factories, military factories, and this one doesn't really do us much good at the moment. So, armament effort. South Africa is safe from invasion by any foreign power, but also remote from its allies. It is vital that it develops its own arms industry so that the Union is never undefended. So let's do exactly that. Now, the South African steel. So, we have the coal, we have the iron, and now we have the reason. Expansion of the Iscor Steelworks in Pretoria will provide the country with the heavy steel plating necessary for modern weapons. So yeah, let's do that. Sounds about nice. Okay, so that happened. We will switch now to fascist, which is weird. I mean, we're not even close to more than 50%, but okay, we're now fascist. Isn't that just great? Now, as soon as we are also democratic, we can. Democracies cannot justify war against. What? Well, they're not independent, so whatever. Well, no, it's fine. So we're getting closer, day by day, to becoming independent. So man, it's all good. It's actually, I think, as soon as we are down here, we will have exactly 650 points. What a coincidence, isn't it? Okay, I think this is perfect. Of course, the Pretoria arms now. The existing steelworks in Pretoria has focused on heavy plates. Now, with some machine tools, however, we can convert some of the factory into a center for small arms production. And yes, we need some small arms right here. We do indeed. We do indeed. All right. Ah, damn it. That's not good. Hindenburg incident. I have no idea what this does if the Hindenburg survives. I mean, I know that if Amelia survives, she can become some ace pilot for the US, but the Hindenburg, if that survives, I have no idea. Now, these bastards are staying with the Allies, so they're not going to turn on them, which is a bit bad. Which is a bit bad. But well, what can you do, right? Oh, another thing. I already changed to partial mobilization. We could actually go now to war economy. Damn it! So I wasted... Damn it! I wasted 250 political points. The moment I do that, you know, we turn fascist so quickly. But then again, I would have spent this at some point anyways. Now we have this one earlier, so it's actually a good thing and not a bad thing. Okay, so Miss Amelia Earhart has survived. Congratulations, girl. So let's fund the University of South Africa. Pretoria's University of South Africa is one of the best universities on the continent, and the Southern Hemisphere even. Well, by investing in it, we can grow our own local talent instead of sending our young people overseas. Yeah, and overseas means to our future enemies, the bastard United Kingdom. And we don't want that to happen, do we now? No, sir, we do not. And the leadership purchase in the Soviet Union. Huh. Well. They did that now. Interesting times indeed. Yeah, I can say that a lot. Interesting times indeed. Alright, so now we have an extra research slot, plus our other researches have been finished, and now we can go with the support the Wabajak. Awesome. That is perfect. So, the Fascist Wabajak paramilitary should be used as a bulwark against foreign agitation and domestic uprising that target our ruling class. Yes, it's just a ruling class, nothing else. Alright, so we've got research done, so we've basically done over here. We probably need some synthetic oil at some point. Probably we will need it. I want to switch over here to the mobile warfare doctrine as fast as possible, because we have to go all the way down here, so that will take some time. So that's one. Over here, 50%. Why? Oh yeah, because of all these bastards. Only 40 days. That is quick, man. That is quick indeed. That is quick indeed. And the Chinese border buildup, and there we have the war. So Japan and China are at war. Yeah, they will now annex all the other countries. Yeah, have fun, Japan. Have fun. Okay, now, well, Italy claims Yugoslavian territory. Yeah, so that will be happening probably. Support the Wabajak is done. Now, before we go here, the Fort Tracker movement, let's go for the support and Nazification of Southwest Africa. I think this will be a bit more useful with 2 more factories. That would be nice. So, as a former German colony, it is only appropriate, of course it is, that we encourage the growth of the German political ideas in the Southwest Africa. Yeah, of course. Of course it is. Every German is a Nazi. If you haven't known that yet, you know now. Over here, we will go, of course, even though I would like to focus more on motorized units. No, still go for small arms. It's just best. Maybe sometimes artillery, but okay. But it's just research time. It's fine. It's fine. We're not really doing bad on research so far. Actually, I don't really know what all the stuff that I have to do. I mean, this does have no use for us because we cannot build any artillery or any tanks, or ships or planes. Yeah. Great South Africa. Alright, so now that we have that, Ashes of Austria, so that happened. So, yeah, speaking of which, we should not, hurry up becoming independent. Actually, no, that doesn't matter. We don't have to hurry up in leaving the Allies too early, but also not too late. Before we go to war with the Germans, we should, leave the Allies. But until then, we're fine. Oh yeah, we gain a lot of political power over here with these two. So yeah, let's go for the Four Tracker movement. And yeah, a monument to the Four Trackers who undertook the Great Trek will strengthen the national spirit and unity in these troubling times. Sure. So yeah, which means that we're going to become independent very early on in the next episode. So thank you guys very much for watching. It's been a pleasure becoming fascist bastards here in South Africa. So don't forget to press the like button on your way out. Dismissed.